I have come here to kick bubblegum and chew ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with John Carpenter's They Live. This is an iconic film, so of course I've heard some things about it. I'm not completely blind on this like I am with other films. It's kind of impossible to be. But I know very, very little. I don't actually know anything about what the plot is about, for example. But it's a movie that because of pop culture I just couldn't have avoided. So this is a donation award for Venom, per usual. But let's talk about what I do know about this movie. So I obviously know the quote, the kick ass and chew bubblegum quote, that I intentionally messed up in the opening, in the cold open there. But I also know that this movie stars legendary pro wrestler Rowdy Roddy Piper, who was also known for his acting. He was an actor as well. A lot of people weirdly think wrestlers like only started doing acting like with like I don't know John Cena back with the Marine, but no, wrestlers have been acting for as long as wrestlers have been around, pretty much. Like Andre the Giant was in Princess Bride. It's like wrestlers have always done acting things. It's just I think they've become a little more commonplace nowadays, where you'll see current or former wrestlers getting into that space. John Cena, The Rock, they really like pushed that forward a lot. But now you have the likes of The Miz and Dave Batista, showing up in various films and all. The Miz was actually a very popular fan cast for Johnny Cage for the Mortal Kombat films, before it went to Carl Urban. I think he would have been good as a snarky young Johnny Cage. I really do. But I still like the casting of Carl Urban for him. Anyway, so yeah, I know Roddy Piper, the late great legend, is the star of this film. I also know, I guess, a vague part of the premise, you could say. I know that he has these glasses, or I think they're sunglasses, and when he puts them on, he can see, like, people for what they really are, and they look like these zombie-like creatures. Again, I don't know the actual context behind this. I don't know, like, the actual plot of this film or anything. I'm just going based off of, like, I've seen a couple clips, because it's impossible to not have. If you're into horror films and you're a wrestling fan, you have seen clips of that. Again, I don't know the context though. So I'm not really sure exactly how this all is going to work. But this movie is pretty well received, and it's a John Carpenter film. And I do tend to like John Carpenter films, the ones I've seen at least. I should look through I should look through a list of all the films John Carpenter's directed, and maybe figure out what I haven't actually seen from those. I mean, obviously, my favorite of his movies is The Thing. How can it not be? It's such a phenomenal film with probably the best practical effects ever. So, you have to give credit for that. But he's a very legendary director at this point. Like, if you're a horror fan, you kind of have to revere him. So yeah, I'm excited to see a film from him that I've never seen. I'm excited to see what this is actually like. Because again, I know very little. But I'm not going in as blind as I would be with other films, because I have seen a clip or two. And I do know at least one actor who's in this. I don't know who else is in this, I just know Roddy Piper is. Um, and There was something else I've seen him in, and I can't remember what it is. Um, Maybe I'll look it up between the pre-thoughts here and the actual reaction. But there was something else that I saw him in that I actually really liked him. And maybe I'll just look it up now. It shouldn't take too long. Roddy Piper movies. That should tell me. Yeah, he died back in 2015 from a heart attack. Okay, so let's see here. Not recognizing anything so far. Apparently he was a voice in Green Lantern Emerald Knights. That's fun. I swear I thought there was something I saw him in. Oh, apparently he was in the RoboCop TV series. That's fun. But I'm not seeing anything here. Yeah, I know he was on Storage Wars. That's not what I'm talking about. He's in an episode of Adventure Time? What the fuck? Maybe that's an episode I haven't seen. Or maybe I just don't remember. Because I feel like if I knew that, I would have remembered that, I feel. I swear I saw him in something. But I'm not, like... None of these sound familiar to me. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I saw him in something, but I'm not seeing anything that I recognize here. Also, to look in on John Carpenter, let's go through John Carpenter's directed features real quick. I know these pre-thoughts are going to be a little long. If you want to skip ahead, you can. So let's see. What have I not seen? I have not seen 1974's Dark Star. I have not seen Assault on Precinct 13. I've seen Halloween. I've seen The Fog. I have not seen Escape from New York. I didn't even know that was him. I've seen The Thing. I have not seen Christine. I have not seen Starman. I've not seen Big Trouble in Little China. I've not seen Prince of Darkness. We're about to watch They Live. I have not seen Memoirs of an Invisible Man. I have not seen In the Mouth of Madness. I don't think I've seen Village of the Damned. It doesn't sound familiar. Well, it kind of sounds familiar to me in the way that I've, like, probably heard of it. But, yeah, I'm going to say I haven't seen Village of the Damned. I haven't seen Escape from L.A. I haven't seen Vampires. I haven't seen Ghosts from Mars, and I haven't seen The Ward. So I haven't seen most of John Carpenter's films. The only ones I've seen outside of, again, we're about to watch They Live, the only ones I've seen are The Thing, The Fog, and Halloween. 3 of his films. That's pretty wild. I didn't realize it had been that little. And these are just specifically his directed features. So, yeah, I mean, there you go. If you want some ideas for future donation rewards, suggest a John Carpenter film I haven't seen. It's most of them. But all of that being said, I think we should get onto the reaction now and see what this movie is like and see how Roddy Piper does in the role. So, let's get to it. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, first off, I did look some things up. First off, Roddy's character is named Nada. If it said that, I completely missed it. That is an interesting name. Nada. Like nothing, I guess. Okay. Holly was a collaborator. She was human, but she was a collaborator. That's why she killed Frank and was trying to stop Nada. And the other collaborator, the other human collaborator who we saw at the TV station who was giving them the tour, he was from the homeless community. I didn't recognize him at first because he looked obviously very different there, all dressed up nice and all. That's why he recognized them. He was from the community. I just did not realize that was him at all. So just know that I do know that now. And so yeah, I was like when it revealed that when Holly was a bad guy, it's like I instantly understood that she's the reason why the raid on the resistance base happened. It's like, oh, she just happened to be there and everything. I'm just curious, like, did she find out about them before she ended up like turning to their side? Or is that how she found out about them? Did she actually put on the glasses, or did the police that came to her, are they the ones that brought her to their side? She was already pretty wealthy, but I don't think she was on their side prior to that. Of course, I could also be wrong. She could have always been on their side. That's possible, too. It never really says. But in the end, we see that Nada is successful despite dying. He is successful in breaking their signal and making it so that everybody can see what's going on. So the plan was a success. It just cost him and Frank their lives. And Gilbert too, I think, right? And so I definitely wanted to look up as well, like, the themes of this, because obviously, like, I got a lot of the themes of, like, you know, the rich elite and those in control, like, manipulating our lives and treating us, those of us who are, like, in the middle and lower classes as cattle, you know? Like, the themes are obvious. They're worn on their sleeve. John Carpenter does not hide them with this film. But I wanted to see if there were any specifics, and so I looked it up here, and according to this, Carpenter has said that the film's political commentary specifically derives from his dissatisfaction with then U.S. President Ronald Reagan's economic policies, also known as Reaganomics. Which, fair, Ronald Reagan was a piece of shit for a number of reasons. And what Carpenter viewed as increasing commercialization in both the popular culture and politics of the era. Upon the film's release, Carpenter remarked, "The picture's premise is that the Reagan Revolution is run by aliens from another galaxy. Free enterprisers from outer space have taken over the world and are exploiting Earth as if it's a third world planet," which is directly said in the film. "As soon as they exhaust all our resources, they'll move on to another world. I began watching TV again. I quickly realized that everything we see is designed to sell us something. It's all about wanting us to buy something. The only thing they want to do is take our money." To this end, Carpenter thought of sunglasses as being the tool of seeing the truth, which is seen in black and white. It's as if the aliens have colonized us. That means, of course, that Ted Turner is really a monster from outer space. Is that where that, like, joke came from? Ted Turner being a lizard person? The director commented on the alien threat in an interview. They want to own all our businesses. A Universal executive asked me, "Where's the threat in that? We all sell out every day." I ended up using that line in the film. Yeah, he did. The aliens were deliberately made to look like ghouls, according to Carpenter, who said the creatures are corrupting us, so they themselves are corruptions of human beings. In 2017, wow, very recent, in response to wait a minute, neo-Nazi interpretations of the film, what the fuck? Carpenter further clarified that the film is about yuppies and unrestrained capitalism and has nothing to do with Jewish control of the world. So neo-Nazis tried to co-opt this film to spread their anti-Semitic bullshit. What the fuck? Like, I fucking hate Nazis. Like, there's no getting around. Like, Nazis deserve to die. Like, it is the right thing to do to take out Nazis. It is morally and ethically correct. But yeah, it's clear the movie is about unrestrained capitalism. That's like super obvious. It's it's very much anti capitalism, anti obviously Reaganomics, and very much can be even seen as fitting for today's day and age. You could very much interpret it as being something that could speak out against like current political movements and ideologies. It basically, in other words, it ages horrifyingly well. Like, I wish this didn't age well, but it ages horrifyingly well. Um, I want to see real quick. Have I seen? I know the name Meg Foster, but have I actually seen her in anything? Because I didn't recognize her in the film. Like, in terms of like her appearance, I didn't like recognize her. And honestly, her eyes alone like threw me off, like with how brightly blue they are. Oh, oh, she was in the 1987 live action Masters of the Universe film. She was Evil Lynn. Oh, I have seen that too. Okay. Anything else I would know her for? I'm not seeing anything at the moment. Oh, she was the voice of Mother Mayhem in Teen Titans The Judas Contract. That's fun, I guess. But in terms of movies, no, there's nothing else that I see here that I've seen. Oh, what about television films? Okay, nothing there. Television series? There's stuff I've heard of, like Hawaii Five-O and the $6 Million Man, but nothing I've seen. Twilight Zone. Honestly, with Twilight Zone, I might have seen it, I might have not. It's hard to say. It's like I saw that so sporadically, I couldn't tell you exactly which episodes I've seen or not. ER, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Xena Warrior Princess. Again, a lot of stuff I've heard of, but oh, well, there's something I know her voice for. Speaking of Masters of the Universe, she's Motherboard in Masters of the Universe Revolution. Oh, well, I definitely know her for that. Okay, that's like the only other thing I know her for, though, out of movie and TV. Um, Interestingly fitting for her to play like a robotic character because God, her acting was so stiff. And I don't know if like that was just because of this time period. Maybe she wasn't as good back then. Maybe she's gotten better, but like she's the one actor in this film that I genuinely did not like the performance of. And I don't know if it was intentional. Maybe it was. Maybe that's just how she acts, or maybe that's rather just how she was had to act in this film. But I don't know. It just I did not like the performance. Like even when she's supposed to be scared, she did not act scared at all. Like there was no fear in her voice. There was no emotion in her voice whatsoever. She's the only one in this that I could not get behind in terms of acting. Roddy Piper, good actor. I don't know what the other movie I saw him in. I saw him in one other movie, like on TV at some point, and I just don't remember what one it was. And I looked through the list and didn't recognize anything, but obviously I love Keith David. And the other actors in this all did a great job too. I had no issue with any of them. It was just her. And I'm not trying to be mean to Meg Foster. It's just this performance just I don't think it was good, and I'm allowed to have an opinion like that. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just stating an opinion, stating my thoughts. Um, the movie itself moved pretty quickly. Like the fact that Nada like went right into vigilante mode the almost instantly after seeing these things. It's like it didn't take like any convincing or any thought. He just went right into it. And it's like, okay. I mean, I guess a lot of it, like, there was a lot of points where he had to try to convince others. He had to find out if other people knew about this, find this resistance, and then eventually infiltrate and all. A lot of this was obviously dedicated to the action and that really long fight scene with him and Keith David, which was fucking badass. Like, hey, sometimes a good fight scene is just really damn good, and that was a good fight scene. Like, you felt those punches. I wonder, like, was Keith David actually doing that? Or, like, was he doing his own stunts? Or did he have a stunt man he was working with? Because Roddy Piper absolutely did his own stunts. Like, pro wrestler, extremely fit. Like, yeah. But Keith David, I'm not sure. Also, found out through this that Keith David looks really fucking good in purple. Like, that tank top really worked for him. Like, goddamn. Like, it just really worked for him. But yeah, it's like the movie moved really fast, and that's not bad. It didn't like hurt the film or anything, but it did feel like there was just it was just going. I feel like maybe if it were a little longer, because obviously my reaction was a little longer because of stopping to talk about it a bit, but as of the point where I stopped it in the credits, it's like an hour 31 minutes. And I feel like if it were like 10, maybe 15 minutes longer, it could have had time to like build up a little more of his reaction to things and set up a little more before he just started, shooting and taking them out. Also, that the line, the I came here to chew bubblegum and kick ass line, that was very clearly a line meant for trailers and meant to be a big line. Like, that was the line that was going to sell the movie, because that did not fit with the rest of the film. That was so out of nowhere, and he didn't talk like that anytime before or after. You notice that, right? Like, that's just not how he talked, but for some reason, in that moment, he said that corny-ass line, which is iconic now, of course. But that was very clearly put there specifically for that reason. To be iconic. To be a trailer line. To get people interested. It was... And that happens. A lot of movies do that. A lot of directors and writers will put lines like that in there to specifically appeal to people so they, fill seats. I have nothing wrong with that, but it was just so out of place in the funniest way. Um, and I enjoyed it. Like, despite it not being the best film or anything, or like the most like decidedly like well constructed, it was entertaining as hell. It was fun to watch. Like I said in the reaction, Roddy Piper brings a very human, down-to-earthness to his performance that is just so refreshing. Like, years and years of seeing, like, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, perform as The Rock in every movie he's in, with no even slight sense of diversity to his performances, is so exhausting. It's like if you've seen one movie with him in it, you've seen them all. Like, it's even a meme that he even wears the same outfit in like a shit ton of his movies. The exact same outfit. It's so ridiculous. And it's like, it's the same with John Cena, really. It's like you see him act in one thing, you've seen him act in everything. And he's not good. Neither of them are good. The reason why The Rock why Dwayne Johnson is like got so much attention and fame and popularity as an actor is because he has charisma. It's not because of actual acting talent. It's because of the charismatic way he performs. Because he's a pro wrestler. And in pro wrestling, that over the top, ridiculous, dramatic scenery chewing works. It's fitting for the sport and the entertainment side of pro wrestling. But in terms of a movie, it is so bad. In terms of like movies or shows and acting within those, it is terrible. It doesn't work. It just doesn't. You want to know what I think The Rock's best role is? Fucking Maui from Moana. I haven't seen the second one, but the first one at least. It's a voice role, and even though a lot of the performance is still very much The Rock, it's well written enough, and along with obviously the performances with like Lin-Manuel Miranda's songwriting, that it makes him more fun and charming than The Rock would be otherwise. That's why this like live action Moana happening with him like being Maui still in the live action, it's not going to work the same. It's absolutely not going to work the same. Because even if the songs are the same and everything, The Rock, like Dwayne Johnson, is absolutely going to perform in the way he normally does. Because he's on camera. When he's doing a voice, he loosens up a little more. It seems. So it's like, it's not going to work the same. And it's just, no. But Roddy Piper, you see here, he is very down to earth. Like, he's playing an everyman type of character. An ordinary, everyday person, and he sells that, and you believe that. And, like, in the other movie, whatever it was I saw of him, as little as I remember of it, clearly, I remember I did like his performance in that it actually was well done. And it's like, this is what I would rather see, and that's why I'm glad Dave Bautista is doing that kind of acting now. Why he's giving us, like, great roles, like, even in Glass Onion, which is obviously over the top and meant to be, it's still a very human performance. And he's amazing in Knock at the Cabin. Like, he was very good in that. But everyone was, to be fair. Yeah, it's just, I'm really, like, impressed by his performance here. Even though I knew I liked his acting, it's like, just because of how I'm used to wrestlers acting nowadays, I'm impressed by this. I liked the plot and the concept and everything and the way it was handled. I love that the reality of the situation was in black and white. There is so much, like, that can be said about that. It's like, it's not nuanced. It's black and white. It's very direct. Like, you're not seeing anything that could, like, hinder your view of it. No colors that could, like, change how you look at it. It is directly black and white. It is one view of it. And I think that's such a creative and smart decision. I really like this. And going into it, I did know, again, about the fact that the plot was about him, like, wearing the glasses and being able to see them as, like, aliens, although I didn't necessarily know it was aliens specifically. And I knew about the kick-ass and chew bubblegum line, but I didn't know, like, the entire plot behind this. Which is surprising, considering this movie's been out since, like, 1988. And I've heard people talk about this film. So if I have heard anyone mention that, like, exactly what the plot is, I just somehow forgot. And it's like, the actual, like, plot to it is, like, something that, again, even today in 2025, which, by the way, it's really funny that that was the year they mentioned in the film as being when they would have the world completely taken over. That's really fucking funny. And it's almost kind of funnier that it just happens to also be the year that Trump took office again. It's like, oh, Jesus. Again, terrifyingly still relevant today. Hate that. Really hate that. But yeah, it's just it's crazy how much this still works. This is one of those cases where John Carpenter, just like with The Thing, he made a movie so good that it just transcends time. The Thing is a movie that absolutely still works today. It is still so fucking good. One of the best horror movies ever made. Easily. For the practical effects alone, but it's also just extremely well made. And They Live is another example of that. Although a very different movie with its themes a lot more on its sleeve. It still fits today because it's sending a very strong message. And the message isn't like saying that you can't enjoy like having amenities and nice things or whatnot, but it's talking about how like overcapitalized just everything is. You turn on your TV, you see all these commercials for all these products and services, you see ads in your movies, in magazines, in video games even, and it's just like, yeah, it sucks. And just like this movie showcases with this, the ones who are hurt by this are the disenfranchised, the poor and destitute, those who are not the rich elite, basically. And there are people who will sell their souls for even just a taste of that. They never reach the same level as the rich elite. They never become as like big as the leaders. But just for a tiny taste of that pie, they'll sell their entire souls and not only serve the rich elite, but completely fight for them, as we see with Holly at the end. Like, even be willing to do terrible things because they believe in them. This is very much something that's still alive today. Really fucking hate it. It's capitalism. Capitalism is like one of the worst things to come from humanity. It is so actively immoral, so actively unethical. It is fucked up in every sense of the word. It prioritizes the 1% while victimizing and in some cases kind of literally killing the poor. And we're just told everything's okay. Nothing is wrong here. The economy's doing just fine. Shit like that. It's just insane how this still works for 2025. And it's really upsetting, too. It's really fucking upsetting. But it's real. And I mean, hopefully more people like in the modern day who haven't seen this before can see this and have their eyes opened. Thankfully, I already knew about this kind of shit. I already was very anti-capitalist. But yeah, this movie, I feel like a lot of younger people who have like were born after this came out and just never saw this could benefit from seeing this. It really is a powerful film that really sends its messages strongly. And it's just a good film on top of that. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. It wasn't like the best movie ever made or anything, but it was a definite worthwhile watch, and I'm so glad I finally got to see this. I really want to see more of John Carpenter's work, because, again, apparently I've seen just very fucking little of it. So, hopefully we'll get more John Carpenter stuff in the future, but for now, I'm Connie, and yeah, I'm signing off. See y'all next time.